So I love trading card
Love
games.
that.
I love trading card games. Card games in general are great. I currently just broke top 1,000 players in Hearthstone, so you're
Whoa.
basically hanging out with a celebrity right now.
Oh,
Yes, that's the reason that you're a celebrity, not your successful podcast.
Or my OnlyFans career. Anyway, there's a game called Force of Will, which is this game. It is something where the idea is kind of like, has anyone played Magic the Gathering here?
I know some.
Okay, so basically,
I'm familiar with its existence.
So it's a game where you have spells, creatures, and then resource cards, which are lands, and you need to draw enough lands that you always have like one to play every turn to like grow your resource base, but never so much that like you don't draw extra cards, and it can make the game kind of like not satisfying to play because if you draw too many lands and not enough lands, it's kind of like, okay, well, you lost the game. It didn't really feel like you have anything to do. So oh, Bishop is back.
You can continue.
Bishop, can I have like... Yeah, give me like 2 minutes because this will be a worthwhile story. So there's a game called Force of Will. And Force of Will did what Hearthstone does, which says, what if we made mana not contingent upon cards, but you just got one every turn? And so Force of Will was real popular for a while, but then it became subject to something called the anime tax. And I am going to demonstrate what I mean by that. So there is a card called Zero the Flashing Mage. Zero the Flashing Mage Warrior. So here is a example of Zero the Flashing Mage Warrior. So opinions on this card's art style. What are we thinking, gang?
Oh wow!
Oh boy,
Fan service.
I've seen that anime.
Just straight up fan service.
Yeah, straight up fan service. I'm gonna go ahead and say though, there's some decent stuff going on in terms of like color balance. Like someone clearly put some effort into this, but a little hentai, little perverted. So the thing is, this isn't the original card. The original card was something they said was a misprint. I want you to tell me if you could see the difference in the original card. So. Any difference with what's going on here, guys? Can you please spot the difference? Can we please spot the difference? Do we see what else happened here? Do we see what the misprint was here, guys? What are we thinking?
That is a flashing mage warrior. You're right.
Indeed, it is.
So I just want to know what makes that mage like at all. This is an anime beach episode.
Why is one ass cheek
Right.
so much larger than the other?
Yeah, and it's not even the right one. It's the one that's close to you should be bigger, but no, it's her farther.
Which means that the farther one away is much bigger than the other one.
It's angles, man. It's angles, man. Lopsided on the deadlift.
Her
there.
spine
So,
is broken.
Yeah.
So this is what we call a miscalculation, because they thought, oh, people will think this card is cool and they'll love it. But in reality, most people who are playing these games are like, like tech nerds in their 30s who have like kids at home but still go down to their game store like once or twice a week to play games. And when you're a like person in your 30s and you play this card in public and have a deck with 4 of them in it, your first thought isn't like, everyone thinks I'm so cool. Your first thought is rather, man, I'm embarrassed, man. This sucks. And so this anime text, and they claimed this was a misprint and then printed her like this in the future, became apocryphally like credited with like destroying the card game. People still play the game. But it's just not as big as it used to be. It's really hard to break into the market. However, there is one misprint card that exists that's more famous than this, and I got sent this by a friend in our trading card group. I'm part of like 200. It's like a little group of like people who like buy and sell cards, and we're all across the U.S. But someone had this set box of Force of Will, and the boxes were like $40 each. But he sent me one because he knows I like collecting cards with a story, and 1 out of every 12 boxes has a secret mislisted card in here that they also claimed was a misprint. And so I opened this up with my sister while watching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 2. I highly recommend it. And we wound up pulling the most expensive card ever printed in Force of Will, the and from a gift box, and this has been a dream of mine to own this just because of the story behind it, because they were more serious about this being a misprint. So this is the $180, and we pulled it on the third pack. We got up and we were like screaming. We were doing push-ups and jumping jacks. We lost our shit. This is the $180 Booty Cat. So this is Booty Cat. So they claim that, we meant to color the legs different because they should have had leggings going all the way up. This is a misprint that this happened. But this is the Cheshire Cat, just printed with, and they're of like dubious gender, which I think is dope. I'm trying to like get it to focus up on them. Yeah, and so just got the ass cheeks out. But this is the special full art misprint Cheshire Cat, which now exists in my collection, and I will never sell full Booty Cat, because Booty Cat is like the most legendary card in Force of Will, and it made my day last week when we did this, and it was just part of a great day, man. Like, I went out, and the person at 7-Eleven had a Hidden Leaf Village headband on, and we chatted, and like exchanged social medias,
Hell yeah.
like earlier in the day. Just everything
But
went
also,
my way
fuck
this
you,
day. It
you
was
don't
a
even
good
like
day.
Naruto.
Huh?
I said, hell yeah, but also
I
fuck
know.
you. You don't even like Naruto.
Naruto's good. It's mid
Naruto's the best
comparatively,
anime of
man.
all time, what
Like
can I say?
the
It's just
Yeah,
it's just
totally
the
the
first
first
half. I don't
half.
know what you're talking about.
The first half is
It's
great
even better
shonen, but
shonen,
the
you're
last
right.
half is
It's
some of
even
the
better.
worst shonen, dude. It's like Bleach level towards the end.
I
Okay,
have a lot.
sorry.
Anyway, this episode of Dice Age brought to you by Force of Will.
And Booty Cat, brought to you by the flashing ass mage and Booty Cat.